The MMA world just went into total shock mode as Khamzat Chimaev officially called out Alex Pereira for what could be one of the most explosive super fights in UFC history. The call-out wasn't quiet, it was bold, confident.
Alhamdulillah! God give him everything! I know you guys don't like this! Alhamdulillah!
Don't borderline reckless, and fans all over the internet can't stop talking about it. Chimaev says he wants Pereira, not at middleweight, but at light heavyweight, claiming that he's been training with monsters in the gym, sparring guys way bigger than him, and feeling more powerful than ever. He said, "These guys can't break me, I'm the wolf, and I hunt everything." That confidence might sound like madness to some, but for Chimaev, it's fuel. He's never been afraid of size, power, or reputation. But not everyone is buying into his hype. Brendan Allen fired shots, telling the media that Khamzat needs to slow down, reminding everyone that he hasn't even defended his middleweight title yet. "One belt at a time," Allen said.
Matchmaking was today, and we started working on the first Paramount card today.
Okay, I'm not expecting you to say anything, but do you think there's a chance Ilia Topuria could end up on that card? Big star.
It's a possibility.
Before chasing a man who can end your night in one punch. Even Rainier Derrida, known for his calm and technical breakdowns, said Pereira's power changes the way people think about fighting. But that's what Khamzat thrives on: the danger, the noise, the chaos. He's the kind of fighter who runs straight into the fire. And while the talk between Pereira and Chimaev builds, Pereira himself has been quietly proving why he's one of the most respected champions in the sport. After his war at UFC 320, rumors spread that Magomed Ankalaev was injured going into the fight, that maybe Pereira's win wasn't as clean as people thought. Poten didn't let that slide. On the ConnectCast podcast, he laughed it off, saying, "I've fought with broken bones, torn muscles, and still never made excuses." That's what real fighters do.
Gaethje responded to Khabib's compliment.
How did it feel hearing Khabib say that you hit the hardest?
Nobody hit me harder than Justin Gaethje.
I hit him really hard. Kicked him really hard. And I hit him with a good right hand. Hearing Khabib say I hit the hardest is...
He hit like truck.
Doesn't feel that good because he still beat me.
Oh, undefeated!
I did not win the championship, so... I mean, it's, yeah, I don't know. It's cool.
He even joked that if Ankalaev had to endure what he did, he'd probably retire. That kind of stone-cold honesty is what fans love about Pereira. He doesn't talk.
I show speed in a best athlete competition.
We are here at Fanatics Fest to win us $1 million.
It is true, I took second place in the Fanatics Fest. Tom Brady took first, I took second. There was 50 athletes, 50 fans. You're really good at the pitching, punching, really good at the golf. Definitely whooped some big names. Tyreek Hill, I show speed. I think Gronkowski took him out. I beat all of those guys in the best athlete competition, Fanatics Fest. Put it on, I took second place and won a Ferrari.
He delivers. But off the cage, his pure loyalty. After that victory, he gifted his longtime coach Glover Teixeira a brand new truck as a thank you for standing with him since day one. A few years back, he gave Glover a Harley-Davidson for the same reason. That's not just respect, it's family. Meanwhile, while Pereira is silencing doubters, a new chapter of UFC history is already being written, and at the center of it stands Ilia Topuria. Dana White just confirmed that with the new Paramount broadcast deal launching on January 1st, 2026, Ilia Topuria might be the face of the very first event of that new era. The word inside the UFC is that matchmaking has already started, and Dana's hinting that Topuria could headline the debut card. But the real question is, against who? Not Paddy Pimblett, not Armand Tsarukyan. The fight that everyone wants, the one that would light up the sport, is Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. That's not a technical battle, that's a war. Two knockout artists standing toe-to-toe, no wrestling, no dancing, just pure violence. Fans know Gaethje doesn't back up, and Topuria's power is terrifying. Both men carry dynamite in their hands, and neither knows how to quit. Khabib once said Gaethje hits like a truck, and when Gaethje was told that, he just smiled and said, "That truck's only getting faster."
Спросить меня, мне, конечно, хочется за второй пояс подраться, и для меня, никому не секрет, тот парень, который сейчас 93, если стойки с ним не заигрываться, для меня очень удобный соперник. Да, все говорят, слишком мощный парень, но где-то мощи я нигде не уступал никому. Поэтому я думал, он тоже 84 выступал и перешел в 93. Хотелось бы 93 подраться, а так там Насруддина дадут, или Деридера дадут, или Эрнандеса. Мне особой такой разницы нет, чтобы самое главное заплатили хорошо.
Recently, at Fanatics Fest, Gaither even won a Best Athlete Challenge, beating IShowSpeed and walking away with a Ferrari. That confidence and grit are what make him one of the most dangerous men alive. Imagine that version of Gaither going after a hungry, undefeated Ilia Topuria. It's a collision waiting to happen. While the spotlight stays on the big names, Arman Tsarukyan is grinding quietly in the background.
What do you think of Khamzat calling out Alex Pereira and wanting to move up to 205 before he even has a title defense?
I think that's kind of like the story of Chimaev, right? Like, he just talks a lot, he gets a lot of eyes, like, it's not to the degree, but it's like Conor talking just to stay relative. Obviously, like, Chimaev's not that bad, right? He doesn't say that much stuff and that much reckless stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I think he's got a lot of work to do in our division first, and it's not like he's a huge 85er that's cutting a lot like Alex was to get to 85, to where it's like, all right, I became a champion, I defended once, like, let's just go up or whatever. So yeah, it's weird, but I don't think that's in his future right now.
And his next fight against Dan Hooker in Qatar on November 22nd might be his biggest test yet. Arman's training clips show him sharper.
Chimaev isn't far behind it. That wrestling, it's a nightmare for a guy like Pereira.
Yeah, exactly, and we haven't really seen what Alex can do, because he's mostly been fighting strikers. Even Ankalaev is mostly a striker. But let me get some work with Khamzat first.
And more confident than ever. And the scary part, Khamzat Chimaev will be cornering him that night.
Basically on weight.
Who do you think will win, Chimaev or Pereira?
Well, geez, Pierre is so big. I do think that size matters at a certain point. Chimaev would be a problem in certain positions. But ultimately, Pierre's size, even if he went down once or he went down twice, that's a big man to drag to the canvas for 25 straight minutes. I think, I'm not putting him at the same weight. I'm putting it what they weigh right now. Pierre would beat him.
Yeah, that's a tough fight to choose between the two. But man, size has to matter at some point, right? It might not matter from 170 to 185, but it's got to matter at some point. When you start jumping 20 pounds, Chael, and you mean like a 185-pound guy that may weigh 210 to a freaking 205 guy that may weigh 245, that weighs 235 on fight night, it's got to matter at some point when it comes to size. You know, it has to matter, but I can't pick the fight, so I'm happy.
During an interview, Khamzat said Hooker's a tough veteran but believes Arman is at his peak right now. If he wins this fight, Chimaev said, the UFC will have no choice but to give him a title shot. You can feel the respect, they're real warriors recognizing each other's fire. That's what separates this new generation. They're not waiting for opportunities, they're taking them. Meanwhile, Rainier Derrida, preparing for his own fight, weighed in at 220 pounds and still found time to talk about the growing rivalry between Chimaev and Pereira.
Я с Петром Яном знаком, парнем, и он знает меня, я русскоговорящий, я живу на одном базе, тренировались. Он говорит, я не считаю Кhamzата, как ты можешь меня считать российским бойцом, если ты со мной на российском говоришь. И если даже все взять, Ян же раньше меня стал чемпионом UFC, там зарабатывать начал деньги. Я же зал построил в России, дороги сделал в России, молодежи помогаю в России. Я в Эмиратах никому зал не построил, никому не помогаю, там уже состоятельные. Они мне помогают, я нашим помогаю, можно сказать. Поэтому у него даже фамилия, я подшутил под ним. Китаец, как можешь сказать, что чеченец не россиянин? Вот такая. Чуть-чуть задело, конечно. А как все и другие, конечно, я представляю Россию. Потому что я тут жил, вырос. Если люди считают Чечню Россией, я россиянин.
He said it's one of those matchups that could change the sport forever, a collision of raw aggression and technical brilliance. But he also warned Khamzat not to underestimate Pereira's composure, calling him the calmest killer in MMA. But Khamzat, he's not here for warnings. He's here for wars. Recently, Petr Yang tried to stir the pot, congratulating Chimaev for his last win but saying he doesn't see him as a true Russian champion since he fights under the UAE flag.
O pessoal tá dizendo que ele tava com a costela esquerda machucada, só que você acertou várias cotoveladas na costela e ele levantou garotão. Se tivesse quebrado, não era pra ele dar uma gemida, pra ele dar uma...
Eu não sei não, cara, eu vejo ali, né, pô, sentiu aquele golpe e tal, tá tonto, e pô, cara, de verdade, aquelas cotoveladas tava entrando.
Porra, eu limpo.
A primeira, quando eu joguei, pegou na orelha, não sei, o sangue, eu já vi o sangue ali, aí, pô, já acendeu, aí comecei e tal, aí começou a se proteger, eu falei, pô, tem que tomar cuidado aqui, pô, não posso, né, pra não desgastar, vou cansar e tal, pô, começou agora a luta. Fui lá, já meti duas cotoveladas ali na costela dele. E pode ver a variação de golpe. Eu dei aquela blitz, eu dei aquela maneirada. E eu, tipo, eu escolhi, eu ia ver onde eu ia bater, entendeu? Pode ver que eu tava batendo aqui, a variação ali de golpe, entendeu? Sim. E aí, tipo, porra, o cara recebeu mais de 30 golpes. E, pô, quando acabou, ele levantou como se tivesse acontecido nada, entendeu? Então é um pouco estranho, mas...
They train to never lose. That's Khabib's legacy in action. But here's what's wild, the way these storylines are converging. Chimaev, Pereira, Topuria, Arman, Khabib, all part of a new golden age that's just beginning. With the Paramount era about to launch, the UFC...
Why are you looking at me, dude?
Say something. Scare the shit out of me, bro. Why are you right now? This mother. Ixi, agora é outro. Porra, sempre. Falou que ia comprar uma caminhonete? Aí assim, aí eu vi aquele negocinho ali, eu falei, não acredito, velho. Porra, não acredito. Esse cara é bicho. Eu queria ser igual ele, cara, mas é muito sentimental.
Você é, pô.
Eu sou...
Você é um cara que tá sempre jogado, pô.
Vou ter que te dar a minha agora pra pagar, hein? Você ganha caralho.
O que você vai fazer? Não tem espaço agora, né? Pô, tem que dar uma casa agora pro homem, velho.
So guys, Alex, again, I have no words to describe this friendship that I have with this guy, and he surprised me again. I wish I was more like him a little bit. From the beginning, I told him I want nothing from him. I just want to travel with me and my wife every time I go to his fight, and nothing else. And he always, present me with a great gift. And this is not, he always pay me. He always pay me every fight, and he gave me this amazing gift. I love it so much. This guy is incredible, man. Thank you.
Ama. Carro pro Glover. Vamos ver se ele vai gostar dessa cor aqui. Olha, fica aqui, merda. Ô, Lobão! Chega aí, deixa eu mostrar um negócio aqui. Rapidão. 2 palitos. Chega aí. Passa aqui, Chega aqui.
Fala aí. O que é isso aí?
Gostou?
Another gift?
No. Você comprou outra casa, cara. Você não a moto?
Não, cara, esse aqui é pra mim, pô. Eu falei que você ia comprar, velho. Eu falei que ia comprar, ó. Você esqueceu? Eu falei.
Caralho, você. Você até chorei aqui. Felicidade. Caralho.
It isn't just evolving, it's exploding. Every fighter wants to etch their name into history. Every card feels bigger than the last. The fans are hungrier, the stakes higher, and the rivalries more personal. From Khamzat's fearless challenges to Topuria's rising dominance, from Pereira's quiet power to Khabib's watchful eyes, one thing's clear: the fight game is no longer just about belts. It's about legacy, loyalty, and pure willpower. The storm isn't coming, it's already here.
В тренерском поприще нужно терпение. А вот с такими травмами приходится работать. Терпение и вера даже.
Мышцы тоже трещат. Дёргивай, вот что, вот это цепляет.
Куда ты ее чувствуешь, брат? Ну знаете, что Арсенал играть, Арсенал надо расширять. Некоторые бывают ногу уберет из гонка вооружений, брат. Ты хочешь зайти в лучшую лигу мира. А как это нужно сделать? Что нужно сделать для этого? Шаг вперед, улучшать свой арсенал. Как не бойся попробовать. Оставь туннельное мышление.
Я подумал, ты сказал, оставь туннельное мышление.
Туннельное мышление. Хорошо, давай.
The octagon has never felt more alive, and the future of combat sports has never looked this unpredictable. The question isn't who will be champion next, the question is, who will survive long enough to wear the crown?
Damn! Felt like it was this close to getting out the whole time.
Don't miss a single UFC Insider update. Smash that like button right now, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the craziest fight news. MMA Daily is bringing you the wildest fight stories first, every single day, straight to your screen. Stay tuned and stay ahead of the fight game with MMA Daily.